you can only set yourself free by fulfilling your obligations, not by running away from them. First, what are obligations, especially spiritual obligations? Now, as a person, we have a tendency to think that obligations are whatever people throw at us. You know, what they want from us, what they demand, what they expect. That's something else entirely. Your obligations come from the contracts that you have with others. All agreements are contracts. It means they are, bilateral. It's you and someone else. It could be your cluster, it could be individuals, it could be nature, it could be anything. But remember that you are not an isolated individual. Everything you do, everything you are, it's all co-creation. And a lot of other beings are involved. Because everything, is connected. And to bring you to this level of evolution has taken many, many individuals a lot of work, including, yourself. And you're also involved with the unfoldment of others. But what we do as people is that when we are in the self and we believe in the needs and the demands and all that, we have a tendency to focus too much on what we think other people demand from us. And at the same time, we ignore our spiritual obligations. Because horizontally, we have a tendency to go wherever we get triggered, whenever we react to someone. So whenever we feel that we're not good enough, that we're not doing what we're supposed to, according to others, we have a tendency to fill ourselves with guilt and shame and all of that, and that's where we will go. Your spiritual obligations and your spiritual contracts, it's your path. It's the path, it's the study that you agreed to, that a lot of levels of consciousness and individuals are invested in. It's basically like sheet music. To play in an orchestra, you need sheet music. You have to follow whatever is written, because that's how music is created. Co-creation takes accuracy. It takes commitment. You can't just do whatever you want to. When you're by yourself, in your own bubble of the ego, yes, you can do whatever you want to, and you will be continuously out of tune. Nothing you do will be of relevance to anyone else because you're in the bubble. But when you want to interact with life, there's sheet music. One can never have great symphonies without everyone in the orchestra following the sheets, following what's written, and then express themselves through that. If everybody displays whatever they want to, it's certainly not a symphony. And it's that. So it's not about, shaming and guilting you, whatever people think that you, should be doing instead of whatever. It's understanding your sheet music. Because that's your spiritual contract. Understanding your instrument, understanding your part in the co-creation. Because just like in an orchestra, it's only an orchestra when every instrument fulfills their obligations. Right? If you're supposed to have a wonderful violin solo and someone, pulls out the banjo, it's not the same thing, right? So it's that, understanding your sheet music and what you agreed to before you enter this lifetime. and is how to get there. When we do whatever is not in our contracts, life will not support it. Life has no sympathy. It's only alignment that matters. It's why we have to be aligned. This is why we have to tune ourselves, because that's when we are in harmony with life. Only then life will support it, because then you are co-creation. When we're in our ego stuff, we're not in the orchestra. We're playing out a tune and we never know because we're in our own bubble. Life never supports that. It's not your journey.